you have to remember it in here.
Okay.
And did you write anything else? No? No? Okay. Then why don't you keep it? Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. No, that's fine. You can probably write. Can you write something about today's class?
I did.
Oh.
It's kind of like
Okay, all right. Go home and then elaborate on it
Okay.
a little bit more. Okay? Yeah, good. Okay, so let's do the Etude book first.
Okay.
How was the trip?
It was nice.
Okay. So you pick the one you want to start with.
Okay. What was the other?
Which one did you practice?
I did this.
Yes, that's good.
And then I worked on this one.
Yes, yes.
And then this.
Yes, that's right. Those are the ones. 3, 5, 7, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So, which one would you like to read? Okay.
So I didn't really get to practice that one much. So I just like it for it to read.
Okay. All right. Do your best.
Okay.
Okay, good. Do you want to use the music?
Okay.
Try it again. Yeah, you can look at the music. This time I'll stop you. Yeah. Don't sit too close. Okay, so before you start, get ready. Okay, so don't abruptly start. And then I want you to feel all the fingers are ready to start. And then exactly together. Get your own notes. It's an octave, right? From here to here. Yeah. Okay, try once more. So set your fingers and then especially the left and you have to play 3 different notes. Yes, that's it. Do you feel it on your fingertips? Yes. And then get ready and then with one impulse start. Yes. Yeah, so you're going to have measure. Because every measure at the beginning, you play the same, at the same time, right? So while you stretch, you need to also prepare for the left hand. So I want you to think about here. I'm circling the measure line, yeah? So I want you to think about this time is sort of like magnified. Ready? Ready? Just for now, yeah? Can you try that? Continue the sound. Whatever it takes, I want you to really connect everything. If you need to stop more, stop more. Let's start one more time. Do you know what I'm asking for? Yeah. Every measure, beginning of the measure, I want you to get ready. Don't just move your fingers. Yeah? Yes. Good. Get ready before you. You need to lift your finger, right? Left hand, because you have to repeat the same note. So, wait. Do once more. All the fingers have to be ready. Get ready before you play. That one also. Can you just play the left hand? Together.
Oh.
No. Left hand, not all of them together. You need to think before you play. Don't just play, and then your fingers are not going to have any consciousness about playing together. That's what I'm asking for now.
Okay.
I want you to learn how to become more conscious about fingertips to play exactly together. That's what we're practicing. Okay? So, try again. Yes. Next chord. Yes. So when you go, let's go at the same time too. All of them work all together. Yeah. That's it. Excellent. Do you see? So you need to pay attention a little bit, tiny bit, right before you play each note. Yeah? So now the coordination with the right hand is slightly difficult because right hand has to be very smooth and then it moves around much more, right? So that's why I'm asking now to take a little time before you move to the next measure so you can stretch it out a little bit, So it's going to sound a little bit like you're stopping, but it's okay for now. Yeah? So I want you to take time to... harmonically it fits more together, and then the rhythm is, although we are stopping a little bit between the measures, but every bar is much more pure sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Now let's try not to stop in between. So it's going to be more smooth. Now to do that, we need to sort of compress the time in between, right? So you're going to think about it a little bit before. So like for the next note, I want you to think about right after you play that note. Yeah? I'll show you. So where I was saying and is the place you're going to think about the next note. Yeah? So inside your mind you have the real time of the music, but also slightly ahead. So that all the fingers can prepare. Yeah, so try it. To the left hand because your left hand is barely making it. Yeah? Do you want more? Watch my hand. Do you see? Before I play, my fingers are already in that position. You're doing something like this. I don't know if I can mimic, but predict when it's going to change. So when the sound happens, it sounds like you're crashing into it. Now I want you to do this instead. Watch. Do you see the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. So give a tiny bit of moment before you play. So even though it doesn't have any rest, and then I don't want you to think it as a rest, but you need a slight gap in between the sound to be able to prepare. Yeah. Try once more. Before you start, always start together. That's the feeling I want. Because when people make mistakes, for example, that's when they're not sure about the next move. And then their fingers just accidentally dropped. So this is a practice for you to become much more conscious about playing every note. So that first you will learn it with more, certainty, and then second you will also play it with more certainty.
Accuracy?
Hmm?
Accuracy?
Yeah, you can, yeah. So it's accuracy, yeah. The feeling of being certain, being sure, you know. Yeah, so, yeah. Because your fingers know exactly which moment and what note to play,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah. So that's what I want you to be a little more aware of.
Okay.
Because you can play and then you learn the notes and then, you know, even though you didn't have much time, but you pretty much memorized, right? Yeah, so that's not a problem, but it sounds a little sloppy because it's not quite together.
Okay.
And then it's not quite together because you're not preparing it for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like a scale. Where you-
Yeah, that's it. Your fingers are kind of dancing around, you know, without much control. Yeah, so you need to be very sure about every step.
Okay.
Good. Okay, now let's go on after the repeat sign.
Oh, what? Oh, this
Yeah. Yeah, let's fix that note too. Try again. Yes. That's it. Yeah. Also, the fingering is written, right? So. 1, 2. Once more. Yes. That one also. Wait. Fix the notes. Yes. Are you sure about the fingerings? Does it say 5? No. Yes, follow the fingerings too.
Okay.
Yeah? Now, try from here one more time. That's also, I want you to be sure every half a bar you have. So whenever you have more than one note to play together, yeah, try to make sure together. One more time, top of the page, both ends. What finger do you use? Left hand? Yes, one more time. With that line. Here, Colin, get ready before you play. Yes. Yes. Now give yourself the left hand a little more time because it's a big jump from here to here. Right? So. Mhm. Yes. Can you do it without cutting the left hand too short?
Okay.
A little bit longer. Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't think so. You're doing this when I said get ready. You did this. You made a hole in the left hand. To get ready. But then that sounds like you have a rest.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So I want you to hold it until the last moment, but the same thing. I want you to give slight time between the measure lines. So stretch out the time a little bit.
Okay.
So my advice is don't worry about being on time. Okay? Because, well, first of all, it's not so musical. You know, if you have to feel like you have to go. But a lot of times when you have to shift your hand, that means between these two notes you're playing back to back, there is a big interval. Think about singing. If you have a big interval, do you think you can go to the next note like right away? No. If you have to sing an octave, you can't just go it's hard.
Yeah.
And it sounds funny, right? So you kind of stretch the time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the same thing in music, I mean playing the piano too. Like the beginning, you have an octave. So it feels more normal, even though on the piano it's much easier,
Yeah.
you know, unless you have big jump like this, it's only this much. So your hand can actually reach. So it's much easier than singing. But if you go too quickly, it sounds a little hectic. So you can actually stretch it out a little bit. And then also because that moment, no matter how the intervals are, you change the chord in the left hand. You have different harmony, you know. And now this one, it comes back to this. And then something new comes back to this. And then now completely new. So we need to be able to hear all those different sounds. So if you are rushing and then not making it clear, the music doesn't become clear either. Yeah, you understand, right? Yeah. So that's why I want you to be more conscious about those little changes.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah. So the rest of the piece is pretty much the same. So you have a few notes to fix. Do you remember those? Do you need to mark?
Sure. So this one,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Yeah.
and it's,
Yes, that one. You have it again.
here,
Mm-hmm.
and,
Later on, you have it again. Yes, that's it.
and,
One more time.
oh yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Um,
Yeah? And are you okay with this right hand? I think you should make sure the fingering, some of the fingerings are a little bit iffy. Okay, maybe you can just mark something about this line so that you will remember what to, yeah. Watch out. Most of the time when fingerings are written on the music, try them out
Okay.
because usually they work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if it's really awkward, you know, it's rare, but sometimes they happen, you know, yeah. So then you can try to come up with better fingerings on your own, yeah. But if it's written, try it out.
Yeah, like said here, like they would have like,
Mm.
sometimes they would have like, you could have like one or the other and you could choose.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, yeah. And then that also, you can try both and then see what works better for you or what sounds better.
Okay.
You know, sometimes difficult fingerings can be actually worth a try because the music has a little different effect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, good. And Let's move on. Yes. So you fixed the rhythm?
Yeah.
And do you have this memorized?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's it. That's 6/8. Good. And then you did much better dynamics too. That's good. Now, do you remember that Italian was in the middle of the score at the beginning? Dolce? Not on this one. Something about legato.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know. Okay, so you weren't really thinking about it, probably. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
is that the bass
Well,
line? I think
no. What did you say? Bass line?
bass.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, play the bass line smoothly. That's what it means. Legato, play smoothly. Il basso is the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, can you try just the left hand?
Okay.
Yeah. Super legato. Okay, legato doesn't mean careful. Just smooth.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it, good. So this is like the practice we did with that Schumann piece,
Yeah.
right? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was much better, but I want you to feel a little bit more motion between the notes. So it comes round, right? It's like drawing a little circle with your hand. Starts from here, and then you go back to, yeah? Does it make sense? Yeah? Good, and then now I want you to listen to me one more time. Be careful not to do this when you come back. Because then now it doesn't sound legato anymore.
Yeah.
It's a little bumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, again, give yourself a little time to smooth out the motion. You don't have to be in a hurry to come back. Then it's gonna be bumpy. I'm
Yeah.
exaggerating. You're not this bad, but I want you to feel something very smooth, but constantly moving gently because it's pianissimo. Yeah, can you try that? That's it. Good. four, it's gonna be bumpy because you're putting the weight into every finger, so you're kind of pushing. That's why it pokes the note. So keep your body still, okay? Yeah, and then just feel the. Yes, that's it. Even. That's better. That's okay, whatever the notes. Now, do you hear sometimes when it sticks out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, so this is actually the same thing I was talking about in number 3. You need to think about every note before you play.
Okay.
Every note before you play, the pinky has to be ready exactly how you want. Nothing too strong, nothing too weak. Just the right amount. And then now you transfer that to the middle finger and then to the thumb and then come back. Yeah. That's good. Yes. Good, Kalina. Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard, right? Because
Yeah.
you have to focus all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you did great. Yeah. So now this is important. Okay? I want you to keep thinking about it all the time because this is going to give you much better control and then make your music more smooth. Yeah. And you will also get better sound. This is much better sound because every note sounds much more controlled and also more pure and very, smoothly connected. Yeah. When we say smoothly connected on the piano, that means every note is more or less the same size. And then there's no gap in between. Yeah. So, like a pearl necklace or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, And if you hear some of the notes are sticking out, da, da, something like that, and then it doesn't sound smooth, right? Yeah, it sounds a little bumpy. Yeah. So that means you are not really controlling your fingers. Yeah. So that requires a lot of concentration, but I think you can do it. Yeah. Yeah, that's great. So you can finish this piece, but I want you to actually just practice the left hand a couple times a day, just to do this legato practice, just like you did with the Schumann piece. Okay? So I won't hear this again as a whole piece, but yeah, I want you to just practice the legato. Yeah, and then also, if you can, try to practice the same thing with the right hand too. Like that, and then also together. Yeah, because right hand, even though you play the same thing, we use different fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's also good practice. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear number 7 now.
Okay.
Yeah. Now play out. Play forte. I think you are stronger. keep your rings all the time while you practice.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially on the left hand, pinky and fourth finger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your right hand is not bad, but your left hand, you know, it's weaker. So yeah. Good. Okay. Let's do next number 8.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, you can write it down. And I will hear number 3 again.
Okay.
But I want to also hear number 2. So number 2, 3, and 8. From this. Okay, so let's hear Chopin.
Okay.
Yeah, you have lots of music. Much better. Yeah, much better. Now I can hear the melody. That's good. Yeah. Just 1 point when you have this octave. I still don't hear the top much.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I heard too.
It's hard, right? Yeah. Do you think you can lean a little bit more? Put your weight on your right thigh and then try to feel these muscles. Yeah? Yeah. That's better. Yes, that's it. Now just play the pinky. Oops. Now can you play more with straight? Yeah, that's it. Look, watch your pinky. Yeah, that's it. Do you see? It's more straight, right? Instead of.
Is that what the rings are for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, that's it. Because pinkies are shorter than other fingers,
Yeah.
you know. So, like for example, if you use the length of the finger, like the middle finger is the longest, right? And then you try to play with middle finger like this. Do you see how strong it gets?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because you have this, not only the strength from the finger, but also the length.
Yeah.
So the pinky can also do that if you try to play more straight. Yeah, that's it. So think about like the thumb. I told you the thumb is this long. Yeah. Think about pinky actually this long too. So use the whole side of your hand. That's better. And then dig in a little bit more. That's it. Good. Don't do this. Remember in the class? Yeah. When you want to play, don't drop your hand. But then what you do instead? Instead of dropping, what you do?
I
Say it again.
don't know.
What did I talk about in the class?
If you go down, it goes up. If you go up, it goes down.
Yeah, which part goes up and down?
The finger.
Yes, but what do you do? Which part do you...
Oh, you use the wrist. The
No. No, you're getting confused with the basketball thing.
Okay.
That one is different, but because that was... We are talking about the beginning of the pyramid.
This one?
Hmm?
This one?
Yes, you use the whole arm. Okay, so I'm going to sort it out so that you have it recorded, okay? So, the beginning of the pyramid, when you have this one, it's soft sound. And then it has to be bouncy, right?
Yeah.
So, you want to stay close to the key. Just like you are going to dribble a basketball, not on the floor, but on the key. Remember?
Yeah.
So that when you do this on the floor, you use actually more or less whole arm. But if you try to dribble, if you use the whole arm, the ball goes somewhere else. It's too strong, you know? So you want to do it more delicately, more focused way. So you only use a little bit, like maybe a little snap from the wrist, but not the whole arm to dribble. That would be too harsh. So that was the idea of this. Yes. Now, yes, that's it. Now, also, the thing is you don't push to dribble a basketball, because if you push too hard, again, the ball goes somewhere else.
It goes too high.
Yeah. So instead of pushing, you feel the bounce from the ball.
Because it's like air.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you feel the bounce from the ball, and then in a way, you actually bounce your hand. Yes, that's it. Good. So that was the beginning of the pyramid, okay, when it was soft. Yeah. Now, this one, you need strong sound, right? Because, yeah, that's it. So now, when you want the sound, if you try to push hard with your arms,
it's going to slip off.
yeah, because when you drop your arms, your fingers go up. So it's opposite. We want this part to be down. So we use our arms, we actually lift our arms so that our fingers go down. Yeah, that's it. Good. So the more part of your arms you use, the more weight of your arm go into the fingers.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So when you do that, I'm going to feel the whole side of your hand, and then maybe even the whole side of your arm to be digging in.
Okay.
Yeah, try that. That's okay, just A, right? That's better. Now I can hear much more. Good. And then you can also lean a little bit more so that your weight goes in. Yeah, that's it. That's much better.
Okay.
Do you feel the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. You feel more powerful?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so that's what's a little trick.
Yeah.
You know, because we feel like if we do this, we'll get the sound. No, it's opposite. You need to do this, and then we'll get the sound. This will just make it flat. Okay, now, just a few more details. Where's your music? So, this was all good. Now, what happens in here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, what?
Hold the phone.
Yes, that's it. Fermata means stop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can hold it much longer, and then this is strong, and then
Okay.
yeah, so you have a much big contrast, you know. A little gentler, yeah?
Okay.
So that's one thing.
Try
Yeah, let's try that. Maybe, yeah, do you want to go back here?
Okay.
Yes, that was another thing I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
Okay, well, all right, before you try, then let's actually talk about this too.
Okay.
So, yes, you have first time forte,
Yeah.
second time piano, first time here fortissimo,
Yeah.
second time piano.
Okay.
Okay?
But then it goes into at the end.
Yes, you have a big surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then it goes back to that.
yes, that's it. So, I want to hear a little more of that contrast too,
Okay.
you know? So, do you want to actually start from the beginning once more?
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe, maybe let's also make this not just the volume difference, because when you see forte and the piano in the music, it's not just like loud and soft, you know. Of course, loud and soft is necessary, but then at the same time, there is only so much we can do, because we talked about balancing, right?
Yeah.
It was not really balanced, but we call it balance. So you did much better today with the balance. I could hear the melody well, but because of that, actually, your forte sound was not as loud as the last time.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying it's bad, it's actually good, because what you did last time was you're playing all the other notes also loud, that's why I couldn't hear the melody. So, which is more important is the melody is important, you know? So we want to hear the melody. So now with your strengths, you know, maybe 10 years later, when you're fully grown, and then you have much stronger muscles and, you know, bigger bones and all the stuff, you know, you would probably be able to play stronger forte.
Okay.
But right now, your forte has to be also balanced in your size.
Okay.
Sorry. But that's true, you know, like even me, you know, if I compare to the size of your father, pianist, you know, there is disadvantage, you know.
Yeah.
Russian guys and all those, you know, big tall people with big hands, and you know, like those people and my, you know, small Japanese woman, it is different, you know. So then we have to play the same instrument. That's not fair. So we need to accommodate what we can do best with what we got.
Yeah.
So what you did today was much, much better than last time. So now we need to actually use something else to make it even more contrasting. Okay? So forte can be something like more lively, more active compared to piano that can be gentle or more intimate, or you know, something, whatever you can think about.
Yeah.
You know. So if you can think about that kind of idea and then try to play with more activity, maybe, you know, more staccato at the beginning, and then when it comes to piano, maybe you can do it less staccato, less active, maybe.
Okay.
So volume-wise, it's not that different, but character is different. So we can hear the forte character and the piano character.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so let's try that once more. Okay, before you start, get ready. Now piano. What do you have?
I have, I'm so.
Here. The end of that phrase.
I have a. Or what is it?
Yes. What does it look like? Yes, it's SF, but it's not Southern Forte. It's called Sforzando.
Okay.
Okay, do you need to write it down on your book?
Yeah.
Yeah, write it down. Yeah, where you have all the words.
Okay.
It's actually what you were saying is quite right. Yeah? So it looks like this small S and F. But it's actually sforzando, S-F-O-R, sfor, S-F-O-R.
Oh.
Z-A-N-D-O, sforzando. Yeah? That means emphasize. So, it's like suddenly forte. Stronger.
Okay.
Yeah? So it's like an accent, you know, so you have a little more, a little kick. Let's go back to fortissimo. Now I want real fortissimo. Yes, lean in, and then use the arm. Use the arm. Yes. Still fortissimo. Still fortissimo. Yes, good, good. Now, so that's the idea. Now, when you go home and practice, I want you to remember every note needs preparation.
Okay.
Right? That was today's lesson. Every note needs preparation. So, when you need to play every note fortissimo, that means you need to prepare every note. Especially this one. Don't rush. Yes, that's it. Good. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So you can practice slowly. You can stop before each note to make sure you have a right impulse, because fortissimo needs that motion from your arms. Yes, and then you need to put all the yeah, and then you need to put all the energy, right? Yeah. That's it. Now. What's the melody? It's not the right note.
Oh.
Nope. What's the top note?
Oh.
Do it again. Yes. And so you need to hear the top. That's the melody. you play together, try to make sure you hear the soprano. Yeah, I think I liked what you did before. Do 3, 4, 3, 4, 5 on the top. Yeah, that's it. It's easier, right? You don't have to move. Good. So the rest of it, I also want you to think about the dynamic contrast. Okay?
Is there like piano for the whole time?
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Your accents were very good.
Okay.
And then think about the different characters.
And then doesn't it, so I think maybe I started a little too early the Florida. I think I maybe started here. So.
Yeah. And then today's lesson is try to prepare for it. So when you're saying something loud, like think about it, like when you are angry, for example.
Yeah.
And then you want to say something to, you know, complain.
Yeah.
Or when you are feeling so gentle. Or like when you are trying to, I don't know, talk to your friend who had some like sad news.
Okay.
Then try to comfort her or something. You will make your tone of the voice different, right? Yeah, and you would actually breathe differently before you speak, right? When you're angry, you're probably much faster, more impulsive. Yeah. The other situation would be much gentler, much softer, much slower.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like that in music too. You need to prepare differently. Not just at the moment you play, but it will be too late.
Okay.
Before you make the sound, you need to prepare for the sound.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Now I'll send you another new piece.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe tomorrow. You'll have
Okay.
lots of new pieces. But it's good. I think you're learning very quickly, and then I think your learning is getting better. So,
Okay.
yeah. So when you don't have enough time, don't worry about the quantity, but I still want you to do good work.
Okay.
Yeah.